Hey there, it's your girl, Chill Tracey. And in case you fell asleep on Sunday night, here's what you missed on Hot Talk. Now, in terms of building, you want to build or run your economy like an entity to build wealth, to have access to the same tax privileges that other races have when it comes to how your money is being taxed. That is one of the key pillars to wealth. So, I wanted to go to you, Tressy, on that. In terms of, how do you open the conversation? How often do your clients open that conversation to you? Mm-hmm. And if they don't, how do you open it and to them?
Okay, so one of the ways, because most of my clients may not open up that conversation. Mm-hmm. And the way I open it up is that I show them the tax codes or educate them about the tax codes that they can use that maybe they've already been using, they don't know about, and that they can implement into their financials so that they can save money in order, to build the wealth. Because if you have more income coming in that is, I'll say, extra income from the same income that you have, then you can be able to go buy life insurance. Right. Then you can be able to own those assets in order to build wealth. But if most of that money is being used to, let's say, pay expenses, and you're living off of 80% of your income or maybe 90% of your income, all you have is 10%, then you won't be able to have access to build that wealth. Right. But if you use those tax codes like Donald Trump father did.
So if somebody, if a client, somebody's listening right now and says, I got a little money, but I need better ways to be able to protect it. Right. They can call you and come and sit and consult on how they can do that.
Right. So with in reference to taxes, so I teach people on how to use the income that they have now to implement tax laws, like tax codes, to lower their taxable income. Because at the end, we all have to pay taxes. Right. But what number are you paying? Are you paying 20% of that income? Are you paying 25%? So if Warren Buffett is paying 16% and he is worth billions, why am I only, and his secretary makes 70 and she's paying 30%? Right. That's a little upside down right there. Right. So the difference between her and Warren Buffett is Warren Buffett has tax planning and she doesn't. Right.
And for those of you who don't know that reference, that was one of the big turning points for Warren Buffett, who's one of the most, the wealthiest people in the world, when he found out that his secretary was paying more taxes than he was. Right. So, and there's a lot of us in that space. You're probably paying more taxes than the CEO of the company that you work for.
Right. And not because you're a W-2 earner, you are not, that these taxes may not apply to you. It's how you arrange your affairs with the tax laws that will make them apply to you.
Right, because I was so shocked when T.C. Chambers, who introduced us, asked me, how much are you allowing them to take out of your check? Right. And I was like, well, no, they just take. He's like, no, you tell them. The purpose of that is you tell them how much to take out of your check. And I never knew that.
Because because that's the W-4 form when you're a W-2 earner. Right. That form you have to fill out. When you start a job, they tell you to fill this form out. That form is 2 pages long. Most people only fill out the first page. Right. And that's
never go
and
back
never
to
go
it.
to the second page.
So you
and that second page actually have tax codes on there, and they ask you questions where you can be able to add up your exemptions to apply to your paycheck so that you get those tax savings right then and there from your W-2 check. Right. And most people don't ever
do that because they think exemptions are just children.
Right.
If you don't have any, then
there's things that has for homeowners on there. Mm-hmm. If you have a side hustle, is on there. So there's a lot of things on. You just have to answer those questions on that form, and it's 2 pages long. Yeah. Right. And if you don't know, like I was explaining to my clients, go to your tax accountant and bring that form. Don't fill it out at work. Take it to your tax accountant, so that they can fill that form out so that you can get the maximum exemption that you're supposed to get so that you can save that money and that money stays in-house so that you can start building that wealth.
That wealth. You do not want to miss it. Each and every Sunday night live, 11 p.m. on Hot 105.